There will no longer be an impeachment inquiry into the accusations against Andrew Cuomo.
The state assembly is suspending that probe despite finding credible evidence towards allegations of sexual harassment, misuse of state resources, and misleading reporting of nursing home data. New York State Assembly Speaker Carl Heastie said an impeachment inquiry is no longer necessary since Governor Cuomo announced his resignation.
But some Republican lawmakers disagree. New York State Senate Minority Leader Robert Ortt is one of them, and he joins us this morning. Nice to have you with us all the way from Niagara Falls this morning.
Great to be with both of you.
So why are you concerned about this impeachment inquiry being dropped? Because according to Carl Heastie, I mean, there is no legal precedent that once a governor removes himself from office, that you have to go forward with such an investigation.
Well, our concern is that this, first of all, looks very much like a deal. Clearly, there was some kind of an agreement or a backroom deal, wink, wink, that if the governor were to resign, this investigation would be suspended or ended. Keep in mind, the governor's resigning. There's been no accountability. This is not, a prosecutor doesn't say, well, this person may have committed a crime, they're leaving their job, so we're gonna drop the remaining investigation. These 11 women who were credibly harassed, maybe assaulted by the governor in his office. They deserve real justice. Him leaving office is not full justice. It's not a full accounting. We have called for the results of this investigation. Keep in mind that there's been hundreds of thousands of dollars at this point spent, public tax dollars, on this investigation. I think the public should have a right to know the findings of that investigation. There should be a report made public if it's not going to go forward. But I feel this is absolutely the Albany swamp at its worst.
So let me ask you something. The investigation would take months. You don't know what the outcome would be at all. It would take millions of dollars, months. There are criminal investigations going on. There are civil investigations going on. Why do we need the legislature to waste time, distract themselves from what needs to be done in the New York area? Because Lord knows we have a lot of problems, including crime.
Well, I agree with you. However, they haven't done anything about those issues anyways. So if you're holding your breath thinking the state legislature is going to do something about the crime, all they're going to do probably is make it worse. But they've already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. They've already spent time, wasted time on this investigation. They've already slow rolled it for months. So what we're saying is whatever they found should be made public.
So talking about making public, I want to talk to you about maybe the calling for the impeachment of Governor Cuomo that started last year. What I want to know is how did it take this long for somebody, Chair Levine, to look into the Constitution and say, oh, here it says that we cannot authorize the legislature to impeach someone that's no longer in office? Could he have not figured that out a little bit earlier to maybe save some of this wasted time?
We knew that. I mean, as you just put it, I'm sure that Chair Levine knew that. It only took a cursory review of the state constitution. They were the Assembly Judiciary Committee. The Assembly Democrats were slow rolling this impeachment investigation from day one. The point was never to bring some kind of conclusive. They knew they had enough evidence to bring impeachment, but that was not the point. They were slow rolling it. They were giving the governor time. And now we find out why. The bottom line was, you resign, we'll drop the investigation. There was never any real interest, in my perspective, to see this investigation to its conclusion or to bring articles of impeachment by the Assembly Dems.
And I know the Attorney General is still investigating the issue concerning Cuomo's memoir. So if you can't impeach him, then what is the point of doing this?
Well, the Attorney General and the U.S. Attorney's Office are both still investigating this governor. There are local district attorneys who have launched criminal investigations on the sexual harassment allegations. He could still be arrested. I mean, if the Attorney General finds evidence of wrongdoing, if the U.S. Attorney's Office finds evidence of wrongdoing, in about a week or less, he's going to be a private citizen. He absolutely will be subject to the same laws and the same accountability that you or I would. So he could still be arrested. He could still be held account for other crimes as which he has not been charged with yet.
So you keep hinting about a backroom deal with the governor and the legislature. What do you know? I mean,
Well, it just
because that's a pretty big statement to make without evidence.
Well, I've been in Albany long enough to know that these things just don't happen. When you have an investigation that was clearly slow-rolled for a very long time, there was never any real urgency or attempt to hold this governor accountable. And now, I mean, I can't think of a prosecutor. I can't think of any prosecutor in the country that would say, we think this person may have committed a crime. We've been conducting an investigation. They said they're going to leave office. We're going to drop the investigation. That looks like a one-for-one. That looks like a deal. So, and anyone that's followed Albany long enough.
What does Carl Hastie get out of it? What does Carl Hastie get out of it? My feeling is that whether maybe the governor's got $18 million in his campaign war chest. He's got J. Cope files. He's got all kinds of ability to make the speaker and his conference's life very difficult. And who knows what was said. But this very much looks like you resign, we'll drop the investigation. State Senator Ortt, we appreciate you coming on Good Day New York and sharing your expertise with us this morning. How's Niagara Falls, by the way? What's the temperature there this morning? Well, it's a little bit cooler than I think you guys are going to have. We're going to be in the 70s, I believe, today. We had a little bit of a cool front this weekend, but it's still beautiful. The sun's shining. It's not snowing.
It's not snowing.
We're getting ready for the Bills football season. So.
Oh, that's right. Very exciting. Good luck to you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.